You sit on the toilet, don't you? Use that as your... You sit on the toilet, don't you? Use that as
I gotta change this motherfucker. I'm sick of it.
Is eating a shit sandwich. We didn't have a hand.
Welcome. You sit on the toilet.
I don't have time for that. Welcome back, Rob.
That's 3 toilets. We got the shits, or let's go.
Stop it.
Hey, by the way, as
we're back.
We're back.
We're back with Jason and Mike. But hey, yeah, if you tuning in this week and you didn't listen last week, you may want to go back because you ain't gonna. You're gonna be fucking lost.
You need to go back. Well, you need to listen to 3 and 4.
3 and 4.
And this is gonna tie it all in.
20.
And
then you're gonna want to listen to 41 because if you haven't listened to those, this is gonna be good right here. Jason, I'm going to let you work through this one quite a bit. I'm going to back out and just listen.
Got it.
I'm going to back out and listen. Mike, I love you. I just want you to know that.
Too, man.
You're going to get through some stuff right now, and I think it's going to be healing for both of you guys, and I'm fucking excited for both of you to watch this, to watch you guys work through this together. And our listeners, everything, you know what? Like I've said multiple times, if we save a soul by your guys' story, you know what? The memories of Mike and Tyler will be lifted by you guys saving another man's soul or another woman's soul. So let's go to work. Jason?
Ask you, so what questions were you want to ask him about where him and Kim were at? Doing pretty good.
Because I've only known Mike the past almost 20 years, and it's been the Mike I've known has been grieving.
The Mike after tragedy.
Yes. And just distraught.
Because you even knew him. He was a little bit like that after Joseph.
I know, but I only met him through wrestling.
Yeah. Okay.
The 1 year. So anyways, what I was trying to establish, Mike, was when you told this story of your first wife and you said you would just drive the streets drunk and that's where you learned to do all that. So that's the Mike that I know and remember. I know you're not doing it now, but that was through the tragedy and through everything. I know that that's what you did to comfort yourself, to deal with what was going on. And that's what you did. And it was just accepted. Like, you would come the next day, I would see your truck and it would just have fence posts dug in the side of it. And I would just be like, yep, fuck, you know.
Let's do this real fast. Mike, if you don't mind, and this is probably going to be the rough part. So you have, and I'm going to narrate just a little bit. You got Joseph, who was in the hospital from last episode. How long was he in there?
He was in Valley Children's, and he got transferred out once. Grace of God got him back there where he belonged, because they put him in an old folks home to either die or get sent home as a,
right.
So we raised enough hell, and I got him out of there, back to where he belonged, and he started waking up from his coma. But
you also said, at the end of the episode, you said that's when you broke.
Yeah.
That's where the drinking came in. And talked about that break.
Well, I started to drink at the hospital. There was a canal out behind it, and I'd go out there and pray and stand out there just to get out of the hospital. And because, I mean, Valley Children's is a sad place. I mean, my kid's in there not knowing if he's going to live or die. And you see the cancer kids.
Yeah, there's little kids dying.
This stuff, and we stayed at the Ronald McDonald House on the weekends, which I never dreamt of doing. I had heard about it, but that's a really cool place for families. And anyways, I remember praying and telling certain people that this tragedy had used up all of my strength, my faith,
everything,
resolve.
I don't have nothing left. I can't take no more of this shit. This is hopefully the first and last of this. I can't do it. My stress, the stress level, all that stuff of that time, that there's not another one in me to go through, to live through. And
when does he come out of the hospital? When what condition does he come? Do you guys get to bring him home?
Oh, he wakes up from his coma slowly, and he starts moving his eyes and starts being able to reach for things. and they're doing all that physical therapy, which I participate. The parents can do all they want, but he started out just like a baby. You hear the stories. He had to learn how to swallow, shit in diapers. I mean, all that. And I'm giving him showers and this stand-up thing in the hospital.
How old was he, Mike?
9, wasn't he?
9, I
Okay.
think.
All right. I don't know if we ever established that.
Yeah, he was 9. Might have happened when he was 8. He turned 9. It was overall 6 months in the hospital.
Okay.
And he walked out. They filmed it to give other families hope because he was a straight miracle of God. Because this neurologist who ties into Tyler in a way, not in a way, he does.
In a huge way, bro. Ties into
he was big time neurologist. He taught in universities.
He's one of the best neurologists in the industry.
Yeah. Taught it, wrote books.
With brain injury.
And I found out stuff later, that when he did his first prognosis, when he was metaflighted in, he had told this ER nurse who was expecting him to say he ain't going to make it because Joe tested like wrong for everything. The way they test them when they come in, severe pain, all this stuff. So she thought he was toast. Hutch gets done with him and she asked him, what do you think? I'm hearing this months after the fact. And he said, he's going to walk out of here. And she's like, he had never been wrong on a call he's made, but she remembers she said, he's wrong this time in her mind. He's wrong because she was the first one on Joe. And she knew how bad he was. His brain actually like twisted in his head, severed all these nerves, all this crap. Every physical thing wrong with him is from a brain. He didn't have a broken bone.
Wow.
It's crazy. But anyways, gosh, I forgot where the heck I was going, Larry.
It's okay.
The breaking.
Yeah,
The break
just started
when
drinking.
I broke was, and it wasn't off the deep end. I had quit my casual drinking or normal whatever in church, going to that church and everything that just happened to live my right life for God. I was going to the church every morning and praying on my way to work. They opened it up for whoever, not formal, just go in the sanctuary and pray. And I was doing that and going to work and had just said, okay, no more partying on the weekends or after work, having a few beers. And I had probably been a year or so before the accident that I hadn't even had Friday beer or whatever beer. And on that canal bank at the hospital and all this, when I'm saying
you can't take no more.
I can't never ever do this. This is too much.
I've been there.
There was a liquor store right there behind the hospital, and I walked in there and got me a tall can and drank it. And it didn't start there. And I just had that beer. And I remember feeling guilty about it, but I remember saying, I can't do this. I can't take this shit. I needed some kind of relief or whatever you're saying. The word you use sometimes about getting that relief.
It was a Vicodin, bro, for me.
Yeah. Well, I got those later.
Yeah.
From after when I rolled my son's truck.
So anyway, sorry, I'm not trying to
go.
No, you're good.
push, but
go.
So there was 15 years, bro, between that of before
Joe.
I met you, and bro, you didn't seem like you were a straight drunk when I knew you at the wrestling. You were a hardworking dad. You were gone, bro.
So when did you guys meet?
We met the wrestling season of 2007. And Mikey
was how old?
Was the 19?
Or do you want to jump that
17 years
far?
old. Yeah, we're jumping.
Go.
Well, let me ask one question, Jason. You're drinking from that
I want to know for
that
15 years.
That 15 years. What was that drinking like?
I want to
during that
know
period?
because when I met him,
Right.
he was working as a millwright. He was a hardworking dad. He
I was
would
always
be at a
gone.
lot of the wrestling tournaments because he worked out of state. He was
Right.
Yeah.
So, dude, how was your drinking during that period of time?
I was totally, I guess what they call normal.
Normal. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't
That's what I wanted to establish.
Okay.
trying to stay in a
Jason.
coma.
Yeah, because he was completely normal. His
Right.
wife was happy. His child was super happy and super blessed.
Joseph.
No,
Michael. Okay.
Michael was, because Michael went to school with Tyler. They were best friends. They freaking, they had an amazing life. His dad he had a 72 Michael drove around a 72 C10, 4-wheel drive, lifted, just hot rod, dude. And him and Tyler drove around just like rock stars in the high school, like you did, Rob Thomas, just like you, bro. But that's the life his dad provided. So I knew that he wasn't a wreck. He was living a good, solid life.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. I probably had beers, but I'd be out working on the property and have a beer while I was out there building. So after
Joseph, you brought Joseph home. You and Kim started raising him and Mike, and just started living.
Little Mike, basically was affected from Joseph's wreck because he was he was a year old or under. He was walking, still in diapers, all that, and so life got all focused on Joe. That mayhem and tragedy, and so it affected Michael in his first couple years.
Okay,
because he didn't get left on the side, but he was in the hospital running around like it was home.
Right. Yeah.
One thing though, I'd say was like with Tyler and Micah, my son, Micah always had someone to play with because they were a little bit slower. Okay. And so Michael had to have Joseph. That's my brother, right. And to go sit on his lap.
I could picture that.
Had to be like that, bro. Yeah. I know.
That's a good point.
I was there.
I could picture that happening. We lived on South 5th, and I could be in the kitchen making dinner because Kim was working nights or something at Save Mart or wherever she was, and they'd be sitting in front of the TV watching cartoons. Just Joe was head injured, but he was coming out of it. And slowly, but he could talk and walk and all that.
But about the same mentality as Michael about them.
Yeah. So they grew up tight, but Michael's like got affected by it because it was just crazy.
Hey, so now I want to jump forward, guys. I want to jump forward on this. So Mike, I'm going to bring up some heavy shit. All right, bro. Are you okay? Yeah.
I'll find out.
So fucking Mike, I don't know if you remember this, but dude, I remember the day of the accident, and I remember
2007. Am I correct?
2000, yeah, May 7th, 2007.
See, I have to hear it. I don't.
You don't. He don't remember. It's all a big blur to him still. So, because Mike's never dealt with this shit.
I want to get something up for my listeners. Mike, how long are you sober right now?
Right, 8 months.
Okay, go ahead.
The most I've ever known him sober. He's doing the best I've ever seen him, man.
I just want our listeners to know where Mike's at.
I want it to get better, man.
Yeah. Go ahead. Jason.
Hey, so anyways, the boys that day, Tyler, they went to an all-star wrestling practice for the San Joaquin Valley, section, all-star team,
traveling
high school wrestling. Yes. So they went to that practice.
Where were they headed?
To Pittman High School, bro, okay. for the. Anyways, dude, it was probably 5 o'clock or so, and they were supposed to be home. And Kim called me and said, "Hey, there's something up with the boys. They're not, the fucking sheriff's office just called me." I go, "What do you mean they called you?" She goes, the guy, the sheriff's, he wouldn't tell me nothing. He says he's at my house and something happened with the boys. And I said, "They're fine." And I fucking hung up and I called no answer, from either one of them, and fucking jumped in. TJ was with me and we jumped the truck, drove to his house.
Where is this on 5th Street?
No, this was at his house where he lives now off River Road. Okay. And fucking the coroner was standing in front of Mike's house. And he told us what happened. And that started our goddamn adventure.
Was Mike there?
No, Mike was working in San Diego.
Who was at his house?
The coroner by himself waiting for Kim to come home.
And you show up at TJ.
And I rushed my ass over and said, "What's going on?" And they told me Mike was deceased and Tyler was in, probably not going to make it in the goddamn, hospital, doctor's hospital. So from Mike's side of it, this is what I know because I spent a lot of time with Mike.
No.
So Mike was eating fucking dinner at a restaurant in San Diego where he was working out of town. And fucking...
Who told him?
His wife fucking called him and told him over the goddamn phone. you know, and he fucking said he threw his phone, and his buddy grabbed him and took him to the airport and fucking, you know, got him home. Anyways.
Who picked him up?
Sorry, Mike.
No, it's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember vividly how that happened.
Yeah. You're the one that told me.
Yeah, well, you remembered it pretty good because I was working down basically on the Mexican border on a power plant in Chula Vista, where you could see the border from where we stayed. And I was going to surprise my wife. I went down there. I used to never travel that far because if I didn't have to, I wouldn't. But there was a gap between jobs, and we were going to go to Hawaii or something. And I was getting out of the job a couple days early, and I went down there to make money just because I could make a lot of money in a couple weeks, and that will help while we're gone for a couple weeks, right? And so I'm going to surprise my wife. I'm leaving after dinner. The guys took me out for a see you later dinner, sitting there in the restaurant. And I'm going to drive home and surprise my wife. Just come in the door and go, hey, you know, be there a day before we're leaving instead of the day we're leaving. And we rented a condo from these kids we were raising's grandma that had this condo down there. Well, her daughter, can't think, Shauna. We're in this restaurant in Chula Vista, and all of a sudden, I look up and I see Shauna walking towards me. And I'm like, and she goes, hey, I need to talk to you. And I go, I thought it was going to be about dude smoking weed on the balcony at the condo, and then we're in trouble, right? And I go, well, you can tell me right here. And she goes, no, we need to go outside. And so we walk out the door, and I stop, and she goes, further. And she keeps walking. Then I start freaking out like, what the fuck? Something's wrong, right? Why does she keep going no further? We stop again. I go, hey, Shauna. And she keeps walking till we get around the side. And we get around the side. I go, Shauna, what the fuck's going on? And she hands me a phone with my wife on it. Mm. And she's telling me, you got to come home because Michael's gone. And I don't remember what she said after that, but I threw the phone, tore up the chain link fence in the parking lot, threw myself all over the ground in the parking lot, just screaming. And then somehow they gathered me up to get to the airport because my truck and tools, all everything is down there, but that's like, whatever. So they get me to the airport, and they're just trying to get me to stay calm enough to be able to get on the airplane. And I wasn't drinking. In fact, Shauna bought me a drink to try and get me to settle down. So, because they were all worried I wasn't going to be able to get on the plane. And so I got on the plane, and my best friend, he's standing behind me in the ticket line. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, I'm going with you. You think I'm going to let you get on this motherfucker by yourself?
Yeah.
And so he rode the plane with me. I think I said one thing to him, and he said one thing back the whole plane ride. I'll never forget it. I said, why? And he said, he just sat there, and I couldn't remember. He was a corn-fed. His name was Jim Evans. And a true friend. Nobody else I could imagine doing this. And, you know, getting on a plane and turn around and getting on the plane and go back to work. I said, why? And he said, eye hasn't seen nor ear heard what God has planned for those who love. That's all. It's the only words that were spoken.
Good man.
And we get to the airport, and my wife's there, and whoever's there with her, I don't remember, and we drive. And I don't really remember. The whole house is full of people, standing room, all the high school. They had already did a vigil out where it happened, I guess. And the house was just like packed. And I was just walking into a daze. And then hearing my wife's side of it, like Jason said, she has a CHP show up, sit her down. I'm in Chulawana, I called it. And she gets this laid on her with me on the border, her by herself. I can't even imagine. It just takes me back to how this thing fucked me up so bad that it breaks my heart of how selfish I was to her.
What do you mean?
That she went through all that shit, and I went into straight killing the pain, killing the everything that the enormity of what she went through.
Yeah.
A mom.
She held that shit together, bro, and he fell apart.
I couldn't imagine. I remember thinking, I cannot imagine her pain. I want to kill myself. Yeah. And so I can't deal with her. There's no way I could. All I would think about is her breastfeeding, burying him, breastfeeding him, and then having some cops tell her to sit down and that her baby's gone. And
Mike, you told me that, bro. You said the same thing to me a few months after, as we were going through this, high on fucking Vicodin and alcohol and surviving, going through that. You told me that same thing you just said. I can't, what hurts me the most? You told me two things, bro. You told me that you couldn't deal with your wife. You couldn't even look her in the face to know the pain she was going through. And you told me that
the only conversation I remember with him, last one on the phone, was how he was so, you had to pry everything out of him. Like he didn't brag. He didn't just say, oh, I took first, and blah, blah, blah. Well, when they were starting to wrestle in this off-season thing, my wife was like, you're not even in shape. Look at you. You look like a toad. And what weight are you going to wrestle? And I remember I was home for one of them. They went to the bay somewhere, and Jason probably took them.
I took him.
I'm sure. And
I took him to the national tournament. He won the national tournament, Rocky Mountain Nationals.
Out of shape. My wife's going, what weight are you going to wrestle? And he goes, whatever I weigh. I'm just going to wrestle. And she goes, you're going to get killed. And he just said, whatever, Mom. And he comes home with a first place trophy. But when I was in San Diego, I called to see how he did in this tournament because he wouldn't call me. So I go, how'd you do in the tournament? And he goes, good. And I'm like,
humble.
Yeah.
Humble.
That's the word I was looking for. That he would never just, and I'd be like, okay, I'll ask him what weight. How'd you do? Good. So I remember going like, okay, now I got to ask, did you place? Yeah. Well, okay. What place did you get? First. And I'm like, holy shit, just give me something to get pumped up about, And I was, proud through the phone because he was out of shape. I think he had to borrow Ren's or somebody's singlet because
it was so big,
fat boy size. But he was just an animal.
Do you remember which weight class he was in, Jason?
I don't remember.
That's all right.
His mom called him a toad, so he was not in shape because he had like an 8-pack when he was
so he probably went up there with a 4-pack, not in shape, just having fun.
Won a national tournament, bro.
Damn right.
And yeah, that was like, I was stoked about that. Just,
hey, but so through the tragedy, and I just want to kind of stay, I want to lead into where, you know, this thing went and the impact, Mike, that you had on my life and Tyler's life, my whole family's life. And I know we had a huge impact on your life too, bro, because like I said earlier, I believe that we're the reason you kept alive, because you were bound and determined to die, not by your own hand, but any other way. And you were good with
just
it.
like you did,
just like I did. And I felt, and he still feels those feelings. I don't feel those anymore, man.
I know.
But so Tyler, after we buried Michael, Mike knew that Tyler was in a coma, the same as Joseph. And he came to the hospital and he realized right away that he'd been here before. And he started putting input in to, hey, Dr. Hutchison is the best neurologist and Joseph went through this, and we got a hold of Dr. Hutchinson. Mike called him. He went on he took their case. He took our case.
Because of Mike called.
Because of Mike. And he got him transferred to the Children's Hospital. Just, it all took off from there. And through all that, like, just to wrap all that up in a cap, we were super blessed to have Tyler come back the way he did, because a lot of kids don't come back. And it was a lot of hard work on all of our part getting here. Like I said, Mike attached to Tyler. His whole life was wrapped around, you know, coming and helping Tyler, coming to my house every day, and no matter what it was. And yeah, we drank beer and took our pills and did and talked and the best we could. And this guy's we wouldn't talk about much, but you know, his friend, one of your friends gave you a knife. I think when he got on an airport, you had a switchblade knife that you would pull out and you would stab everything around you. You don't remember this, but you're like, why'd this happen to my kid? And you would just fuck that knife, bro. Bro, it was, you
remember that, Mike?
He probably don't. You don't remember?
No, I remember cutting myself up at one time.
Do you remember that knife?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you still got
Somebody probably took it from me.
Somebody probably took it because they took your guns. They took.
Well, now tell me about the times he would end up on your doorstep. You'd walk out. And
that was constant though. That was Mike. And
you remember that?
Mike would get in his Chevy truck and he would always have his beer. And dude, that was
packed ice chest. It was never
a packed ice chest.
The only time I would stop would be to load it back up.
Yeah, he had a packed ice chest. But he would come and he would stay with me for 4, 5, 6 hours. You know, that was just our deal. That's what we did.
And you were drinking then too, Jason?
Oh, yeah,
okay,
bro.
so you guys you're in misery together at this point.
I wasn't as drunk as he was. I wasn't as bad as him.
Come now.
He was bad.
Yeah.
But I wasn't drinking as much, but I was taking the happy pills, man. Okay. That made me okay. I can make it through this and gave me hope. Right. You know what I mean? But he was taking happy pills and drinking. He would get hammered.
Let me ask a question real fast, Mike. When Jason got sober, how did that? Do you remember that? Was that like?
You know, I found out he was sober was when he walked in a meeting.
Yeah,
I was sitting in.
So me and Mike.
Oh, wow, okay.
Me and Mike had spent probably 2-3 solid years together.
So 2007, 2010.
Yeah, approximately. I bought my house up in Bridal Ridge. He helped me paint. He was a part of the family. He was a fixture with Tyler. Dude, he would come he took Tyler to the CIF state tournament in Bakersfield, bro, by himself, which is Tyler can't walk or move or feed himself or any fucking thing. And this dude took him to watch the state tournament, bro. Stayed in hotels with him. Dude, this guy took Tyler everywhere. He just got on the way here. He just told me a story of taking Tyler. He would take him and take his shotgun and drive out in the middle of Warnerville Road and set up cans and let Tyler shoot.
Mike was telling me about that yesterday.
Shotguns
and letting him drive.
And that he just let him be the most human being that he could be.
He had a blast.
Because he understood. He did have a fucking blast. Thank you for that, Mike. You fucking gave my son a lot of life before the end of his life. I would tell him,
drive it. He took off. I could still see his face. He'd be looking at me
like,
what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
And this grin he'd get.
Yeah.
And he had the steering wheel and his legs stretch out. He could move it a little bit. I go, okay, you got the gas, you got the brake. All right. I get in. I seat belt and everything. It was safe as it could be. And I mean, I wasn't going to let the kid.
He's going to wreck with it. Anyway.
I wasn't going to let the kid get hurt, though. And he was just lit up like a freaking Christmas tree. And he's going real slow, and he just can't believe he's driving. And he's like, looks at me, and I go, "You all right? Good?" And he's like, and I go, "Well, drive it like you stole it." And he looks at me, and what? And we're going like, yeah. And he's just like, yeah. And I go, stop sign. And he took it off the gas. I go, get the brake a little. And he gets the brake, and we stop. I go, right on. You got it. Okay, let's go. And he starts real slow again. And I go, drive it like you stole it, Tyler. Looks at me again. What? And we're throwing gravel and everything. I'm like, yeah. And he's just like, yeah. And we did that for a while, and then I'd take him back home, you know. But we did. I don't remember how many times we did that.
You did. You took them all the time, Mike.
I forgot about things.
Face to face, though, I want to tell you thank you for
You're welcome.
What you did for me and my family, bro. You're a selfless man, bro.
Well,
and you were a huge blessing to all of us, bro. From especially Tyler, the last part of his life. You're a selfless man, bro.
Well, that's good to hear.
Thank you.
It's good to hear because I didn't think about it as nothing. I never even thought.
I know you didn't. I know.
And I'm not trying to be like Mr. Humble. It was just a natural.
I remember you didn't. You were there.
Thing to do, and probably kept me alive.
It did keep you alive,
helping
bro.
Tyler.
Yep.
Because I would get just so tired of seeing him lay there that I just have to get him out of there.
Let's talk about. So you went into rehab first, Mike, before Jason got sober,
bro. That was just a little quick just to make his wife happy, bro.
I was talking to him on my smuggled cell phone,
bro. We've been in the hospital several different times when he's in there with freaking
pancreatitis, pancreas.
He's dying in there. They're saying he may not make it, and he's going, bro, bring me some fucking Vicodin right now. Wow. They won't let me. They won't let me. Dude, yeah. And I'd bring it to him, and he's not supposed to drink. How are you going to fucking swallow this, bro? And he'd
chew them up.
Dude, no, you know, that's what we did. That's how he survived. And as far as I know, that's how he survived all the way till now.
Till what, 8 months ago?
Right here.
What brought you in finally 8 months ago? I mean, so we're 18 years after, or 17 years after the wreck.
Yeah.
And now you're getting now you're really.
Well, yeah, 4 times dying with the pancreas. That didn't teach me. Rolling Michael's truck was the first thing. First rehab came out of that. Rolling that truck on whatever road that is by the canal. We just
drove by it.
I was just about to end up in the canal. I was in the last house on the right before the canal. And we
Mike,
just
do you still have that truck?
No, I finally let somebody take it that was going to rebuild it and
did they do it? Do you know?
He's working on it, but he promised me he was going to.
You need to talk to him, bro. Let's try to get that truck back and let's us do it.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah, I had it sitting there forever. Going to do it, but I couldn't look at it.
I know.
So I rolled it, who knows how many times, but that was the first rehab. 4 rehabs, 4 hospital dyings. The last one, 8 months ago, it was just God's time, I guess, timing, because I was still in the same place, drinking from when I was awake till if I was awake, I was drinking.
What about the pills?
No, I was off them for the last couple, 2-3 years.
You can only do those for so long, man.
In fact, I had a couple left once, and I actually took them for the right reason, and they didn't even faze me. Well, I used to I never ran out. I had a crooked doctor who kept me in full supply. I never.
Wait, he wasn't crooked. He told you that most people in your situation would kill themselves, And so he felt like he was doing he was saving your
lesser of
life
two evils
by giving you the pills that were keeping you alive versus you just straight killing yourself. And he said it would be better for you to go to a rehab down the road someday, like we are right now.
Yeah.
And be able to pull your life together and make it through this fucking tragedy.
Yeah. Because the pills just kept on forever. I didn't need them, you know.
No, he was keeping your ass
Yeah,
alive.
I had no ailing things, but let's see. I started like just like, I don't know, getting sick of it. Sick of seeing the pain in my wife's face. Sick of the way she was having to live because of me. Because right after the accident, instead of grieving, my wife had to worry that she was going to bury me the same week.
You told me that a few times.
I mean, literally, she couldn't even think about her grief because she never knew where I was. And she figured the next phone call was going to be, I'm dead. And that was right off the bat because, like Jason said, I couldn't look at her. I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't look at her. Kind of just made me think back about when Joe's accident. I said, I can't do this again.
Yeah.
And then a worse thing happened. And I wasn't thinking about that when it happened, but the fact that I couldn't even look at her because I'd want to blow my brains out if I'd thought about her
That's
pain.
what you had told me, bro. Yeah.
And my pain. I did enough damage to myself not caring. I mean, I'd be so mad and grieved out. As like you hear those people, they call them cutters.
Yeah.
I didn't do it a lot, but you can't hardly see it now, but there's a scar from right here to right there and all over my hands that are kind of blending in now that I had a badass Kershaw. I called it the man killer. And I was just sitting behind the reservoir one day, just drinking. I'd go out there and park where I wouldn't bother nobody. I was just, remember screaming and just took that knife and went in my hand and
Just to feel something other?
I don't know, yeah. Or just like I didn't even feel it. I guess. I don't know. I don't know why I did it, but I was like sitting out there with my arm out the window like this, and there's a big puddle of blood under it, and some bicycler drove by. 10-speeder guy, you know? And all of a sudden I hear somebody, hey. And I look up and he goes, are you okay? And I go, yeah, I'm fine. He goes, well, you don't look like it. And he goes, your arm looks terrible. And I looked and I go, it's fine. It's clotting up. And I just stuck my arm back out the window. And he's like, do you want to talk? And I'm like, no, dude, I don't want to talk. And he finally got me out of the truck, sitting on the tailgate, talking. And he goes, you know what? He goes, I work, he's like a RN or something. He goes, your arm needs to get looked at. It's not okay. And I go, he goes, I need to call an ambulance for it. I go, no, dude, I'll drive myself. Thanks for stopping. But so he finally was smart enough to finagle me into letting him call the ambulance. But if I would have known who was going to show up first, I would have never let him do it because it was CHP, sheriffs. The next thing I'm 5150. And so I'm
rightfully so.
And I'm laying there going, hey man, Oakdale is that way. Where are we going? They really won't answer. And I see where they're pulling up and I kind of know what this place is.
NPC?
But
Medical Psychiatric Center?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, dude, when you open this door, I'm bouncing. I'm not going in there. The dude treating me in the ambulance is some high school friend of Michael's. He's like, I know who you are. I'm friends with Michael, blah, blah, blah. And it was weird. I told him I'm bouncing. He goes, please don't, because I'm going to lose my job if you bounce. And so I went in. Next thing I'm in Bakersfield, a bunch of freaking nuts playing with green oranges and shit, like talking to themselves. And so, yeah, that went all bad. I forgot where we were going.
What brought you into this 8 months?
But that's all part of the story.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't. Oh yeah, there's so much bad that my wife's been. I got finally to a point where I would pray to God to help me stop. Because to me, rehab, I knew I've been in so many. I bounced out of one in the middle of Watsonville in a lettuce field. It was like a prison with concertina wires. I escaped on the work crew. I jumped out and left. And anyways, that I wasn't trying to get fixed. I wasn't trying to heal. I was trying to just like get a timeout, maybe be able to stop. But the bottom line is, I said it in your men's meeting that I felt that there's no way I could ever be okay again in my life with this tragedy. I'm never going to be okay with it. I'm never going to be right again. That I'm supposed to be miserable. I'm going to be miserable and grieve this thing just like I'm doing until the day I die.
Do you feel that way right now?
No.
You said that to Matt too, because you're trying to help Matt get to that point.
You don't feel like that no more?
I'm getting to where, like I said in the meeting, it's because I believe in Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Okay. And if I keep living the way I'm living, I'm slapping him in the face for the way he died for me. And if I believe my son's in heaven in a way better place and I'm going to see him again, I can't keep living like this. And I can't, that wasn't the thought before I went to rehab. It would be, because I would be praying and knowing, I'd say, God, help take this away from me. Because I thought rehab is just going to be another one of them things. 30 days and here I am again. And as I'm reaching for...
So you feel like, and I'm sorry, because I just want to touch bases on this, bro, because I felt all this. So you feel like you're not doing right by God by living the way you're living.
God and my wife.
Okay.
And your son. You said you said Michael would
and your son
kick your ass if you knew you were
But
like
at the
this.
same time, at the same time, it's hard to take away from. I don't, because I've done the same stuff, bro, and I went, how can I ever live? How can I be happy?
You can't.
He can't, so I can't. Like, fuck everybody for the rest of my life. I have a black cloud over me, and that's what it's going to be.
Yeah,
but
forever.
Then it transitioned into, damn, I'm not living right. I know God doesn't want me to live like this because he loves me and he doesn't want me to. But ultimately, that led down the path of trying to get right. But ultimately, none of that shit even came close to changing until I guess I crashed out. I hit rock bottom and I was defeated. And I was like, when I first met Rob, the first thing I said was like, bro, he goes, I can help you. I go, what'd I tell you?
You can't help me. Nobody can help me.
You can't help me. Nobody can help me. Mike, just like you.
That's the same words.
Nobody on this fucking planet will ever fucking be able to fucking help me. And that was the fucking truth.
But what'd I tell you?
You said, hey, give me 1 week.
And do everything I ask.
Give me 1 week, do everything I say. And fucking, and I promise you, I promise you it'll change. Bro, and I did what he said. Bro, Mike, you don't know it yet, but my life fucking changed, just like we were talking on the way here. Bro, my life is something I could never fucking have ever believed I could have after what happened and what we went through. There's no recovery. There's no living again after that. Yeah. Bro,
you're living like a king.
I'm living like that never fucking happened.
I
bro.
believe I've heard
like that never happened, bro.
Heard part of your story when you shared it. When I walked into a
birthday meeting,
and he was there, and then I sat in the back where I still sit. I don't sit there to hide. That's just where I like to sit. And I listened to him, and I was like, it was cool, but it also was striking nerves and all that. I was happy to see him. We hadn't seen each other. Yeah, that's how.
Hold on. That birthday meeting was what, a month or two ago when he got his birthday chip. Wow. You walked in a half hour late because you always think that meeting starts at 6. But it's 5:30.
You don't forget.
So that's the first time you've seen him.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
That was the first time you guys have seen each other since when?
Probably 7-8 years.
Wow.
So he got clean. He was working on sobriety or whatever when.
You were still running.
Hey, no. Hey, Mike. I couldn't fucking take you no more, bro. You were fucking breaking my goddamn heart, bro. You were fucking, dude. Hey, I'm being honest.
No, it's not bothering me.
It wasn't in a bad way, but it was, bro. I was going through my own shit because 2-3 years after the rep, we kind of parted ways from our shit, dude. It was too raw. All of just fucking Tyler. I sent Tyler to go live with his mom, fucking, and I was, dude, and I started doing fucking meth, and you know, I mean, that didn't last long, but dude, I couldn't live in it no more, bro. I couldn't live with what happened to Tyler, Michael, fucking the wreck. I couldn't. I literally fucking couldn't.
No, there's no.
And
I get you. I mean, there's no way you can.
No, bro.
Unless you surrender it.
I went on to
right there, Mike.
Covering
what you
up,
just said,
dude.
What
I went
Mike
on to
just
covering up with a different life with Micah and you know, his sisters, and coaching the wrestling team and being good and not drinking, and you know, I didn't do none of the steps. I never dealt with the shit, but I was not drinking. I was doing good for almost 3 or 4 years, bro.
Yeah.
And then,
but it never goes away. I still felt the same fucking way that you feel, you know, or felt, but until I literally did these fucking steps, which took like a couple weeks, dude, my whole life changed, bro. And the only reason I'm saying it because it fucking happened. Like the pain and all that shit we've went through is fucking gone. I cry all the time, bro, because I am emotional and I feel other people's pain, their hurt. I see empathy. I see kids get hurt, and I just like, fuck, it crushes me. But I'm happy. Our boys are wrestling right now in heaven. God, our friend, all of our friends, and we're heading that way, bro.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I remember getting to a point where I couldn't take Tyler seeing him like that anymore too. You know, it was just like, I would feel doing something. I don't know what I was doing, why I was there, and I was there. But I remember being brokenhearted every time I left him.
Yeah.
But it didn't keep me from coming back. No. But I remember just like, it was just, I mean, how could you feel? It's like, it just breaks you. And finally, I remember I was calling this rehab that I had been in before, because I remembered it was a good rehab.
This is basically 8 months ago you're talking about.
To New Hope, and it was a hardcore place. First time I went, it was mostly people trying to, if they do good there, they don't go back to jail. I was like the only volunteer. And it's the same place, but different concept with that part, but it's still it's hardcore. There's nothing there. It's just rehab. You're not there on vacation, right? And I kept calling and him-hawing. I was going to go in. I wasn't going to go in. I'll try and stop. And even gave my wife, I gave them up. She didn't take them. Keys, wallet. She was leaving me enough beers to not DT. She thought they'd be gone before she left to work in the morning. And then I had another set of keys to the truck, and I never stopped, but I was be puking outside, wait until the third beer would stay down, and then I'd be good to go. Then I started getting the vodka, little guys, the shooters. I had them everywhere. And I couldn't, that's how crazy it was. I pictured that, is that a half pint, the small bottle? Mm-hmm. Whatever it is. Picture that as one beer. Mm-hmm. And so I'd drink that pretty much 2-3 drinks and just figure in my head was I just had one beer just now.
Yep.
And I never even
that's a lot more beer.
Could figure out why my wife would come home after and well, how much have you drank today? And I'd be like, I just had those beers you left me in the fridge. She'd be like, oh, bullshit. Tell the truth. She's screaming at me. That's when I got up and did that thing. She goes, tell the truth, Mike. Bring it into the light. Quit lying. And she's standing there doing this. Looked like she's directing airplanes. I can still picture it. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I can't just straight lie in her face. And so I went and grabbed the bottle out of the garage, poured it down to the sink, and she's just going ape shit. she's storming down the hall, and I knew I had some airliners hidden in the garage, so I ran out there to get a couple of them down before she came back out the hall. I reached where I had them hidden in this football helmet, and they were gone. I'm like, oh, my. She found them. And she didn't let me know for 2 days later. She goes, oh, yeah, nice try with the football helmet.
Oh, boy.
And I was like, so finally I was puking outside saying, God, what am I supposed to do? And I called the new hope, said, I'm coming for real. You know, I'd been talking to him a couple weeks. So they said, don't drive, take an Uber. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I called my wife, tell her I'm going in. She says, I'll come get you. And so she comes and gets me, and it was just different. I was just done. And
willingness.
Yeah, because God, I love talking about this part a little because people think what they use as their excuse, isn't it God because he prayed and he did. I go, God knew what he was doing. He made me willing to take myself in and willing to go. I started working the program. I knew the program. I just never did it.
Right.
You can't go to 4 or 5 rehabs and not know the program.
Yeah, you got to.
But if you don't do the program,
there you go.
You'll never know.
You don't get the result. You don't get the reward.
Yeah. And I started working my program in there before they were even talking about that part of the program. God was working on my patience, my willingness to listen, and not just trying to stay in my room and tell everybody to screw off and just do my time, right? I went to meetings. I shared in meetings. I was just working it in there. It was just different because God made me willing to go. And then he gave me, like it says in there, God started doing things for me that I couldn't do for myself. But I was willing for him to keep me. I mean, I would have never I sat in 2 meetings before and I'm like, screw this drama. This makes me want to drink. So in there, I've learned to get back in touch with God. I was going to church drinking. I'd have to have a couple shooters.
Oh, yeah. I've done that many times.
My wife, it didn't make me not believe, but my wife would come, she's a prayer partner and a greeter, and she comes sit down and go, don't talk. And hand me a mint. Like booze? Yeah. And I'm like, okay, here, I'll take the mint. But that's how I went to church. And now even that's better because I can listen to the pastor and teach his teaching. Like I said, I go to AA to sit there, not to warm a seat, but now I go to listen.
You do more than listen, buddy.
And
he participates in my Thursday night meeting.
He's got some of the best.
More than a lot of people.
Well, that's happened because being willing and open-minded and sitting there, it's hard for me to sit and listen to because it's just hard. It's a chore. And I've said in there before, and I can picture my wife, and God gave you 2 ears.
And one mouth.
Listen, and one mouth. If you would listen, and I hear great, but I don't listen good. I'm learning to listen a lot more that I can tolerate. I mean, it's a big chore. If you can sit there and through a meeting and listen to everything.
Right. No, it's a chore.
It's not easy sometimes to listen to.
God put a couple pricks in your way to keep bugging you. How them steps coming, Mike?
This guy will bolt.
You know what's been so fun to watch, and this is the reason why I'm so happy to have Mike here, is because when Mike first came into the room there in Oakdale, you were there right fresh out of New Hope, and you could see new people when they come into the rooms, right?
Oh, yeah.
You can see it. He was just broken. And you saw the willingness in his face, right? Second, third, fourth meeting in, he started sharing, or maybe he started sharing right away. And I've said this before, that I saw the light just getting brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. And then you started communicating more and more and more.
But he started communicating that, well, I'm on step 3.
Right. But then when he showed up at the Monday night meeting, I'm like, this boy's got it. He's fucking got it.
Yeah.
And then you shared in, I still remember this, Mike, and I may bring open something you don't want to talk about. And if I do, you can cut it. I think one of the most prolific things I heard you say is when Kim caught you making a noose.
Oh.
Yeah. If you want to hit on that just for a minute.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, that's how bad it was. The whole thing was, I always say the way I look at it is I just wanted to stay in a coma and not think about what happened. That's why until, like you just said the date, Jason said date, year when it happened, people ask me how long ago was it? I'm like, I don't know. It was yesterday. Because it's still yesterday to me. And it always will be. I don't think about the time. And I don't think about, I honestly don't know the year or the day. I have to go look on the back of the Dodge that somebody put Michael Stillman, Heart of a Champion, and put the year. And
hey, better yet, go to where both of our boys are buried, and you'll see it right there.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
I went Christmas with Kim to put it. That's another thing that's gotten
once
better.
or twice or 3 times, 4. Have you been there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just because I went for years without going. Man. Yeah. I couldn't.
No, I couldn't go. I
we
went
had a little night step workout there.
Yeah, we did. I spent a lot of time out there. Yeah.
A little help. I went out there and
tough.
That's why I was asking. See,
cleaned up.
We'll get him out there.
Went out Christmas with my wife, which I wouldn't do because she buys a real tree, decorates it, puts lights. And I go out and help her do that. So that's huge because I usually won't go. And then I even helped her get the tree and made a point to go do it. And then we went over to Tyler's and I cleaned his up, and because it was decorated for Christmas and something had fallen over. So I went, if I'm there, we clean up Michael's. I go.
How close are they at the cemetery?
50 feet apart, maybe.
Wow.
They're buried next to each other.
Michael's here and Tyler's like,
wow.
I mean, maybe 50 feet, if that, 25 feet.
25 feet.
Hey, let's ask this question, Mike. How you feeling?
Right now?
In general.
In
just
general?
life. How's the promises coming?
Gotta work the steps, get the nice step promises.
Slowly, but like they say, says in there what? Sometimes quickly, sometimes slow. See,
they will always materialize.
The fact that I even know these AA sayings means I've been going way too much.
No,
dude, that's what it. Hey, you're not going too much until you do the steps.
Yeah,
bro, that's you're going through the motions. But hey, I just want to ask you, bro, Mike. So, do you have a sponsor?
Yep.
Who is it? Do you know? I mean, if you don't mind me asking,
Tom.
Hey, so
okay, you got a different one.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, Big Tom?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Hey. I've already been to his house. We'll wash his truck. Yeah. No. I haven't done that.
That is not what a sponsorship is about.
I don't know if you know how cool your sponsor is or whatever, bro, but you know, dude, I'm telling you right now that I know that this whole program, the AA shit, it's cool to get in there and get your feet in there and, you know, kind of do what you're doing. But until you do the 12 steps, you're sitting in, I don't deserve any happiness. No, you're sitting in that same space of,
you're just sober. You don't have sobriety.
You're living in denial of,
But I'm proud of you for getting a different sponsor. Something that will take you through the steps, because that's what you need, brother.
But bro, I'm telling you right, loophole that worked. So
there's no loophole.
A loophole to have him do it without, like they say, firing somebody. I didn't want to do that because it wasn't his fault. I didn't call him or nothing.
I get it. I get it.
So I was stuck there. And Tom goes, well, you know, you can go through the steps with somebody else and keep your sponsor.
Tom said that. Hey, because I'm telling you, I'll take you through the steps, Mike, if you want to go through them.
I might need some help on some of it.
Hey, no,
whatever step it is.
Hey, Mike.
Well, basically, we're talking about. Well, I know you will, and I appreciate that.
I'll do it, dude. And we'll do it fast and hard, and it'll fucking be done.
Thorough.
It will be done in 2, 3, 4, as fast as you'll do it. We could do it in a day, bro, if you can do it. Okay,
well, maybe make a plan for that, and then I'll still...
This guy. Maybe we'll make a plan.
I'm not against it. I'm just saying, I'm going to do it slower and keep going through it with Tom, but through that part that we both know sucks.
Me and you, let's do this and get it done.
We could do that.
You know, I love you two both so much, but I'm gonna side with Mike here just for a minute. I ain't giving you a fucking out by saying this. What I am saying, the same way that willingness that you had to go into the rehab, you're going to get that same willingness to get these steps done. Here's the one thing I do know too. When you do those fucking steps, you will literally feel the fucking weight of the world come off of you.
I keep hearing
Bro,
that.
I wouldn't be pressuring you so hard. I would never
This
do
is
that
why
to
the
you,
people
Mike.
that love you,
Yes.
the guys in here,
I love you, bro.
This is why they are trying to get you through those steps, because the harder you dig into this shit and get it the fuck out, because it's doing is taking up space in your life, taking up space.
It's
in your brain.
ruining your fucking
It's
life.
not doing anything. It's dead skin that's got to be fucking ripped off.
Yeah,
Bro, and I don't want to do your
does.
steps with you. I'm too close to you. But I will fucking do them for you, bro, to free you, bro, from our misery that we've lived through, bro. And it will free your ass. You will,
Free your ass,
bro.
ass.
Your ass will be. You will be a whole nother man, bro. The man you were 20 years ago, bro. You will be that guy.
That'd be cool. My wife,
She will
she's
love
happy.
you.
She's so much happier just even now.
This ain't
There's,
shit.
no, there's a lot more to come. I know there's more to be revealed, like they say. And but for reals, I mean, not little. I've made huge
Yes, you have.
gains. You can see it in my wife,
Oh, I can see it in your face.
and we just have way more good times than there's hardly.
Bro.
I mean, I had no idea her period.
This
Like
gave me
it's a
chills.
job of mine.
There's so much.
But
Dude,
me and her have
she
fun.
deserves it.
Yeah, big time. And I'm not staying stuck in apologizing to her, saying I'm sorry for the things I should be. And she knows it. She just tells me, like, shut up. I forgave you for everything. And, but there comes to the part of forgiving yourself.
Yeah.
And then that's where I say I just would slap God in the face if for what Christ did for me to forgive me, took that beating, if you read in Isaiah, the harsh, the brutal death he took to forgive me, and I can't forgive myself, and I think he's not going to forgive me. That's like slapping him in the face. And I got tired of that, and I can't, like,
We worked
the
through.
lie that I can't have a life again.
I want to talk to you a little bit about that, Mike, because I work with that. I still work through that with my wife because I got a lot of guilt of what I put my wife through. We have a living amends to our ones that are close to us, my daughters and my wife. I have a living amends, and I have a living amends to myself, right? So we have to internally live that living amends to ourselves. I forgive myself a little bit each day, and I love myself a little bit more each day. When you can learn to look at yourself in the mirror and you look back and you say, I like that man right there, right? When you are able to start doing that, the people around you are going to start attracting to that, right? The more you can love yourself, the more that everybody else around you just attracts to that love and sees it, and that forgiveness and all that stuff just goes out the fucking window. I couldn't love my wife the way I love her now until I was able to start loving myself. That's the difference between where I was at about 9 months, 10 months. I was 10 months, 11 months before I finally understood that. And when I could look at myself in the mirror and go, I love you. That's when my love for my wife completely changed.
I like what you said. Oh, wow. There's beautiful right there.
You know where that is? You know where that is?
Yeah.
I see her all the time.
Oh, do you?
Does she tell you or no?
I don't think she probably does.
Yeah, because you guys probably don't talk about the stuff that.
Did you see it? That's Jason's hitting on my old lady at the cemetery.
Damn it, Jason.
Hey, bro, imagine be able to sit there and talk to Kim about
Wow.
how amazing Michael was, or he did his junior year wrestling, all those accomplishments, and just swell up with pride and joy.
Did you do that?
Huh?
Did you do that with her?
No, but
You could too.
Hey, I
know,
would in a heartbeat, but I know that's something you probably don't talk about.
No.
Probably. I know.
I don't what little people have heard me share in a meeting is as far as
Yeah, but imagine
I've
being
talked
able
about
to
Michael.
talk to her about how blessed you were to have those 17 years with him, bro. And she would love that. And you get the steps done and the shit wiped off your plate, and you will be able to do that with her, bro.
Yeah.
Like I do now. I'm so happy and thankful. Bro, so what? Tyler's gone. Dude, I had the most, dude, it was horrific, right? You were there. I'm fucking thankful for all of it, bro. And
that's the steps in God.
Bro, that's the steps in God.
I'm getting there. And
Yes, you
what
are.
you
I'm
just
not trying to
said,
pressure you. I'm
you're
just
not
trying to
pressure-
help you. I love you,
No,
bro.
you're not. Nobody's pressure. Nobody can tell Michael
I know
what
that.
to do.
I do know. I know that.
My wife was here. She was, my name's Michael.
Yeah.
And nobody can
Dude,
tell
when you
me
said
what
that
to
in that
do.
Oakdale meeting, I about fucking died
love that
laughing
there.
when you did that.
She imitates me
Hey,
so
What?
good.
Okay.
Okay, let me just say real quick on
ahead.
something Jason said, which is what I've always said I want to do is quit living in misery. And I've said from day one, but it has stopped me that Michael would literally beat my ass if he could come down
Hell
and see
yes.
how I'm living
Yep.
and treating his mom.
Yep.
Right? He did, one quick note. He
I
did.
want to talk about that prayer, God.
Oh, I got to bring it. Yeah, he, I wish I had it with me. I'll get it to you. He whipped my ass before he went home. Christmas or Thanksgiving. It was Thanksgiving, I think. Yeah. And he's in training, right? So he's eating some white meat turkey, just rode around the reservoir on a bike with a garbage bag on, all that stuff. So he's just disciplined as hell. And he's laying there in the entryway in this room we call it the dark room now because it's where a lot of Michael's stuff is. So
Damn, that's crazy.
when she cleaned his room out, had somebody
Fucking
come help
blows
her.
my mind.
It's called that room where all the people were at when I
All his
got.
trophies and all of his.
We call it the
shit.
dark room. We don't go in there, and it's storage almost like so we're laying like right by there, and my brother's there, and we're all laying there, and I'm looking at Michael, and he's just giving my brother crap, just with his goofy faces, and I'm looking over at him, and I go, I wonder what he could do right now with me on top of him. So I'm plotting there, and I wait for him to turn his head like that, and I jumped on him. And before, I don't even know what happened, I was screaming, okay.
Pretzel.
Yeah. And so,
just like your mom's boyfriend with the chicken wing coming out.
yeah.
He fucked you up.
and he just let go and went back to where he was.
Like nothing happened.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there going, still thinking about it, going, okay, I'm putting 185 on him.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
Because
He
I
can't
didn't just
whoop me.
jump
Yeah.
on him and start doing this.
Yeah.
You know, I just jumped on him. But so I jumped on him again. I go, let's see what you could do with 185 on top of you. And he goes, okay. I'm fucking eating carpet. I went to work. They're like, what happened to you?
Carpet burns all over your forehead.
My face was, and it happened. I go, what did you just do? And he said some move. And I'm like, okay, I'm not trying that shit again. So he could whip my ass quick at that age, 17. Yeah. It was like, anyways, what Larry said, what you said, I got to listen to it over, but because it will all come back. But you talking about with your wife, still like,
yep,
those things are getting better and better.
Yes, they will.
And we have, if you could see now, to me, I'm glad you guys say it. I need to hear it. You saying you see a light or whatever. My wife says she sees.
Oh yeah,
people in the room said, "Oh no, you're way different." I go, "You guys are full of shit."
Way different.
I just feel like I'm not drinking.
Nope.
And happy, whatever. I still have stuck in that. You can't. I don't think about it, but it's a long time of waiting, of telling myself you're going to be miserable till you die, and whether I help it along or I'm not helping it along, I'm still going to be miserable till I die. And the house where we live, that's the only home we've had.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to be there. I still have a hard time being there. He used to mow the yards, and I mow. I remember parking it and screaming, "Where are you?" And I couldn't mow. Okay, but anyways, Larry said something about the wives.
Hey, bless though, bro. All that shit goes away, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
Well, you know what? I know it can be. I've said it, but I haven't
way
done it.
easier
I
than
want to
you.
celebrate his legacy, not
Let's fucking
not
go.
this part.
Let's go.
But I do want to hear about the prayer. Can we? His son wrote a prayer.
Hey, we can come back in a couple weeks and start this again. Well, I think there's still a lot here. Mike?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Mike, you want to come back?
Yeah, I'll come back.
Jason?
I'll come back.
We just scratched.
Can you come back?
I can come back whenever.
Yeah.
No.
I want to do the steps
Mike,
with this guy, bro.
This works. This works.
No, I appreciate it. And
No, because there's more there. I think there's more there.
There is a lot more.
Right.
There's a lot more, bro. We skimmed through this last.
Right.
But every time I've blocked things out so bad, I need to get triggered.
Right.
Yeah.
Like on the way here, we drove by where I rolled the truck.
What was
we
that?
didn't even talk about the goddamn truck, bro. I wanted to have that in there.
Hey, here's what we're gonna do. We're
Kill it.
We're gonna reschedule this. We're gonna reschedule this. We're coming back. If you want to reach out to me or to Rob or to Mike or Jason, recoveryunfilteredpodcast@gmail.com. We're coming back with these two. There's more story here. We're going to get to the end of it. Love you guys. Give us a call.
Love you.
Thank you for joining us today.
We hope you learned something today that will help you.
If you did not, come back next week and we'll try again.
If you like what we heard, give us a 5-star review. If you don't like what you heard, kiss my... You can't say that, can you? Anyway, if you don't like what you heard, go ahead and tell us that too. We'll see what we can improve. We probably won't change nothing, but do it anyway.
Hey, thanks, Rob. Come back next week and hopefully something will be different and something will sink in. Take care.
This has been Recovery Unfiltered.